Hey guys, it's Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Today I'm going to do a annual maintenance on my backup generator. So this one is a Carrier branded one, but really it's a Generac generator that there's just rebranded. This guy is 15 or 20 years old now, so it's getting a little bit old. You can see some rust going on, but overall it's in good functional shape. It does work well, so I like to keep the annual maintenance on it. I buy a kit. Now I'll put a link to this kit down in the description, but you'll obviously have to make sure that you get the right maintenance kit for your generator, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. But this kit comes with a air filter. It comes with the 2 spark plugs. This is a 2-cylinder V engine, and then it comes with a oil filter, as well as a little packet with like a sticker so you put the maintenance. It comes with a paper towel, comes with a paper funnel to put in there, as well as a instruction sheet to tell you how to do some stuff. But in addition to that, you do need to buy a few other things, namely some oil. This takes 1.7 quarts, so buying 2 quarts of oil. And for me, in this area, 5W30 synthetic works for the whole temperature band that I see. You can double check, but in most places in the US that is sufficient. I need a socket for the spark plugs and for taking this panel off to access it. I brought my own funnel in case I don't want to use the paper one. Brake clean. I'll talk about one of my big complaints about this, but so in this flexible funnel really helps. Okay, so let me start opening up and taking it apart. Okay, so you can see that's fairly easy, just those 2 screws. They typically do have a ground strap on them, so you can have access to this filter pretty easily. And then this guy over here is the drain hose, and this is my one of my complaints is trying to get this drain into something. It's difficult, and that's where, depending on how your ground level is, you might need to use something like this that you can really get it further away from your generator there, like in my case, so I can actually get it to go and drain into this bucket here. Okay, so real fast, just to help you identify your generator here, there's 2 numbers to look at. One of them is typically inside the panel here, and that is for the whole unit. And then if you're doing maintenance just on the engine, really that's what matters the most, not so much the generator portion. So on the engine, you'll typically have a sticker, and this tells you it's a GT990, and that's a 990cc engine, and you can basically look that up and you can probably get all this information on it as well. But what I like to do is start with the oil first, get that draining since it can be kind of slow. And then after I get that oil all done, or while I'm getting other stuff done, the oil will get done. So this is a 5/8 and a 11/16 wrench that you need. So you can actually cheat a little bit, keep yourself a little cleaner. Alright, and then I'll take off this oil, help it come out a little bit better. Alright, so we'll let that drain. Now let's look at the spark plugs. So for the spark plugs, I gapped them per the manufacturer's recommendation. For mine, it's a 0.02 inch gap For some other ones, it's a different gap, so you want to check what that is. You know, the way to do it, you can use either one of these gappers or the little wire gappers. Either one works. I take it, I put it in a socket, I put the gap device where I want it, and then I take it and I press it down to bend that you know, electrode gap to that spark plug little hook, so that is correct. Alright, so there we go. You can see these guys are not in bad shape, but it's been several years since I've replaced them, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace them. They're included in the kit anyways, so why not? The thing with a backup generator is that it's not something that you want to find out when you need it that it doesn't work, so that's where a little bit of preventative maintenance will go a long way to keep it functional. Alright, just take a look in there, make sure there's no corrosion going on up with that cap. Make sure it's nice and tight and seated. Now I'm going to go to the back side and get the back one. Alright, so the back one's a little bit tighter of a fit, but you can get a socket back there without taking off that back panel. This one looks very similar to the other one. Alright, so I should mention before you start, you want to make sure you turn off your generator so it doesn't try to start up on you if by chance you lost power or something. So flip that off first and make sure that that is not going to crank up when you don't expect it. Alright, so spark plugs are done, so let's do this air filter here. You can see the oil is still down there draining slowly. That's why I do that thing first. Alright. There is my air filter. Got a little ladybug in there. So again, this guy should be replaced every year. So mine had this extra kind of pre-filter. It's really probably not needed, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the new one anyways, just to help out. You know, something I can come out in 6 months and kind of rinse this guy off. Alright, that's all there is to the air filter. And obviously take this time when you're in here to look to make sure no rodents or insects have made a home in here. You don't want them hanging out, so take a look and make sure it's all closed up and nothing looks amiss, as well as any fluids that have leaked. You know, if you have oil that has leaked, that's obviously not a good sign either. Alright, unfortunately my GoPro stopped working there for a little while. I'm not sure why, but all I did was then fill it back up with oil, and it's 1.7 quarts for mine, and I obviously just checked the dipstick to make sure that that was full. And then after I do that, I go ahead and do a manual start. After I button everything up, make sure it's all tightened up, then I do a manual start on the generator to make sure it starts up and it runs okay and it doesn't trip any error codes. You know, mine has a list of error codes that it checks for between low oil, high temp, over crank, and over speed. Alright, now you can see the green light, which means that the system is all set to go, and it does that when it's in auto mode. So yeah, I did that, and then I also did a quick wipe down of any you know, residue, just to try to keep it a little bit clean. You don't want any material sitting on top of the metal that will cause it to rust, so just wiping it down will help with that. I certainly don't try to keep it immaculate, but you can do that if you want to. A lot of the newer ones are composite, are plastic, and so they don't have the rusting problem of the older ones. But hope you enjoyed the video, and you can subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos come out. And I have a wide range of videos, everything from stuff like maintenance around my property to smart home, lighting, Wi-Fi, all kinds of stuff, driving around, Bobcat, Toolcat, that kind of stuff. So hope you follow along with the journey. Thanks.